Hello, and welcome all year 10 who are listening and following this video on strand number 1, personal finance. First of all, this slide shows you an overview of this topic extracted from the teacher's commercial studies syllabi. The first item shows the meaning of personal finance. It reads that personal finance is the process by which financial consumer and investors improve their understanding of financial products, financial concepts, and financial risk through information, instructions, and advice. Students build confidence to become more aware of financial opportunities to improve their financial well-being. So just to emphasize the first sentence there, is the process by which financial consumer and investor improve their understanding of the financial product and risk. So when we improve our financial understanding, it's like having our financial education or financial literacy education. And that is the objective of this particular topic. This meaning fall in line with what we have been covering from last year, commercial studies. Year 9 coverage deals with us as being a consumer, with topics such as personal budgeting and spending income wisely, or being a wise consumer. This year, however, year 10, we are dealing with us as being an investor. So we'll be having a topic such as investment in financial institution, making investment decisions, managing credit, managing risk, and other topics that will be covered to help us as an investor. There are other topics, there are other subject that has got links to this particular topic that we are dealing with in personal finance. It can be seen on the far right hand side: social studies, social science, home economics, moral education, civic education, agriculture science, mathematics, and history. All those do also cover some aspects of what we are covering today on personal finance. Personal finance management. As you might have remembered that last year we have already covered this topic, but we were looking at listing down the needs of the students, 5 needs of the students and 5 needs of the family, needs and wants, and we make short-term and long-term goals. And that's what we have gone through last year. This year, however, we'll be looking at some of the challenges, both by the family and a student. So the first topic there is challenges a family faces. So some challenges of financial hardship faced by the families will be listed here, and they will be under 2 headings. First of all, the economic aspects or economic factors and the social factors. So the first one, some economic factors of challenges faced by the family. First one is unemployment, people losing their job. Unemployed people are some of those people who are willing to work but couldn't find a job. That is the actual definition for unemployment: those who are willing to work but are unable to find a job. Today, this is very common due to COVID-19. Some have lost their job due to industries, especially tourist and other industries that have been affected by the lockdown. Second one, economic factors, is sole breadwinner, meaning there is one source of income or one person working in the family, sole breadwinner. So it could have a lot of family members, a lot of siblings, but only one person in the family who is working. That could be some of the challenges faced by the families. The third one is having a high purchase commitment. Too many items bought on credit. Many accounts to be paid every payday. So when the payday comes, you have to pay a number of accounts. For example, paying off your vehicle, and you might have also have a high purchase at courts and other places that you need to pay. And those becomes a common hardship for most families that they have to pay from the payday. Next one is inflation. This refers to the general increase in price level of goods and services over time. So in the picture there, you can see 1970 to 2019. In 1970, you required just one coin to buy a cup of coffee. And as you move along, 1980, 1990, it requires more money to buy the same cup of coffee, which that's what we're referring to inflation, the general price increase over a period of time. And lastly, economic challenge for family is a rise in cost of living. This is referring to the increase in cost of maintaining certain lifestyle. This varies between places, but the main meaning there is some people can afford certain lifestyle, and due to the rising cost or increasing in prices of everything, they are now, before they able to afford a very good living standard, but since the prices has gone up and income does not rise as fast as the prices, they feel they have become more poor and unable to afford those things that they normally able to afford before. So that is what we mean by the rising cost of living. Social factors that affect the families. First of all, religious contribution. For example, Soli, Mandali, youth group. Some religious group have other branches like youth group, fathers group, or mothers group. All those have to be contributed by the one family. It's got a lot of contribution to be done. Yeah, so it becomes a family challenge. The next one is community contribution. For example, aid or donation to support. Some communities, say for example a village, do have levies that everyone in the community must pay in order to get something done, for example a project in the community. So it becomes a social levy, social challenges for the family to meet all those levies. Next one is family events. So family events includes death, medical certificate, medical bills, or wedding and birthday parties. For wedding and birthday parties, these are planned, and death and medical bills are unplanned, unforeseen circumstances that family faces. The last one here is social expenses. For example, entertaining your visitors. You have grog, drinks, cigarettes, soft drinks, and snacks. These are all for social gatherings, and these are part of the social factors or the challenges that a family face. The next topic is on the student, challenges a student faces. On the economic factors, basically one major factor is that a student does not earn income. The only income that a student get is from pocket allowance. In an economy without COVID-19, we might say that some students do have their, apart from the pocket allowance, can earn income by having a weekend job. Unfortunately, is not able to have that for the moment. Challenges students face in terms of social factors. First of all, we have internet and social network. Students are connected with friends and teachers on social network or social media. They need to maintain this connection, so they normally requires to have funds in order to continue to have the data. Second one, some students do have find time to go to the billiard house. Um, these are various ways students use for relaxing. Some students were fond of going to the computer shop for computer games, and there are ways students find themselves to entertain themselves in certain places. Next one is peer contribution. Sometimes students do have to contribute among friends to enjoy certain things or attend to certain events with friends. So peer contribution means everybody giving in a certain amount of money, and they contribute towards something, for example, snacks or whatever they plan to do. So those are social factors that students face. Next one is some may have movies, going to movie theaters, Netflix subscription. They want to see movies on the available on the internet, or just buy a CD from the shop. So these are some of the challenges students face. The next one is luxury item. Students do want to have good things. For example, expensive bag, some expensive clothing. These are very nice things to have, and these are some of the challenges students face in order to get their needs or wants satisfied. Next one is, of course, the recharge fund. The recharge is a connection to number one. We have a phone recharge for making call or getting the data, the internet data onto the phone, and they need to have recharge. The last one is electronic gadget. As a student, as a teenage, you love to have a phone, a music box, and these are some of the challenges that you face, that you might want some of those things to be available to you. Might ask your parents or whoever in order to get these stuffs. So some worksheet activities in regard to what we have just covered. First one, list some of the challenges faced by your family in managing personal saving. So some of the challenges that the family face, you can list it down over here in this particular space. All your answers are correct. It differs between families, and you should not return this worksheet here, activity number 2, since this particular activities does not have a definite answer. Each family has got different answers, and you can just list it down here, and we will discuss when we come back. Part B, list at least 5 challenges faced by you as a student in managing personal saving. So there are some of the lists we have already discussed in previous slides, but you can go back and look at them, and just answer this particular question in this space provided here in your own way. I hope you have completed the worksheets in the previous slide. Now in these slides we're going to look at solutions to overcome these challenges. There are basically 3 solutions available in these slides. The first one is the preparation of budget. It says the preparing a budget and implementing it firmly. This topic was covered last year, and just briefly we determined the period of our budget, for example 1 week or 1 month. If it's for 1 week, we estimate or forecast the income for the week, and we forecast the variable and fixed expenses for the week, and then we subtract total income, forecasted income, subtract minus total forecasted expenditure to determine the answer, whether it's going to be a saving or a deficit. And if it's a deficit, we take action by decreasing our list of expenses or find ways to increase our income. So that is the preparation of a budget. A budget is a forecast or an estimate of a future income and expenses. So it's a plan. Second one is time management. Time management allows you to prioritize your task, take on new opportunities, and grow towards your financial goal. There is a saying that time is money. So when you manage time, you actually manage your opportunity for earning income. So we have to prioritize our task and be able to make a good plan, and in order to grow towards the financial goal. A third one is enterprising skills. Enterprising comes from the word entrepreneur. It has to do with something like business. Okay, in these examples, you have doing backyard farming and selling, babysitting, selling firewood, selling grog, sweets, ice block, etc. So you plan for a business to produce and then sell, or to buy and sell. There are people who do roadside barbecue. Those are entrepreneurial skills. And there are many other ways of earning income by using your business skills. The last heading for this class is prioritizing needs and wants. Prioritizing needs and wants means to arrange your list of needs or wants in order of importance and urgency. So these lists have to be rearranged into the order of importance. Which one is important? Which one is urgent? And those that are not important, not urgent, that have to go right down on the list, because sometimes we really want something, but they are not important. Okay, by doing that, it helps us to make a wise decision. Making wise decision. Sometimes some hard decisions have to be made on certain items. Some items have to be crossed off from the list. Yet, it's something that we want, but it should not be in that list. Second one, we can improvise. Improvising on the available needs and wants. So improvising means that we make use of the available things instead of buying them, spending on a new item. So there are things that we have that we can reuse, or make something out of it instead of buying everything. So we can improvising on what is available. Lastly, avoiding being materialistic and an impulse buyer. Basically, the meaning of impulse buyer, you might have known, is buying without thinking, buying without having a plan for it. Okay, being a materialistic, being focused on owning things that are not necessary. So being materialistic or impulse buyer will make you buy a lot of things that you do not need, or that are not really that is needed by the family. So it avoids spending unnecessarily. So these are the three things that you're able to do, and they all contribute to the challenges, overcoming the challenges that you have as a family or as an individual. Coming to the end of this class, we have worksheet number 2. We're going to write a short paragraph, and we have got an introduction there. Every child has a dream. They aspire to be someone someday. However, with limited income, it becomes difficult to live the dream. But the question is done here. With reference to the above statement, state 5 ways whereby you can increase your income through various enterprising opportunity. So the real question here is 5 ways you can increase your income. Now, you're not going to list it down. You're going to write a paragraph. Paragraph will require about 75 to 100 words. um, paragraph writing with 5 items or 5 ways you can increase your income, 5 ways you can earn income. For example, there's a list given in the previous slides, babysitting and selling rock, and so you apply to your situation 5 things that you can do to earn your income, to earn or increase. So you can write that paragraph just below this worksheet. You do not have to submit. All this we will be discussing once we come back to class. Please take note that the worksheet activities, some of these worksheet activities answers will be available on the commercial department website. That brings us to the end of the session. This will be available on YouTube. You can subscribe and like and subscribe, and share it to your friends. And thanks for watching. Hope to see you again. Goodbye.